Cheers. Comment below if you know why that's all I'm eating is 2 eggs and some bacon for breakfast this morning. It's because today's a rest day, and you've all heard probably about carbohydrate and fat, protein, and how they all kind of integrate into being used on different days. There's something called carbohydrate cycling. You can Google it, and this bacon is super crunchy, so good. It's a pretty good start to the day for me. Streaky bacon, so we're kind of at 4 grams of fat, 4 grams of carbs, 80 grams of fat, 28 grams of protein. So that's a good way to start the day. Good thing about that is, like, it's 9:45 now, so I've managed to go from pretty much 13 hours without eating. I know it's not recommended, but because it's a rest day, I don't actually need to eat or need to eat. Of course I need to eat. I don't actually need to, you know, fill my body at a set kind of given time, like knowing that I'll have to go out training, because I don't have to go out training today. I've just done a 11-day block on the bike, so 11 days straight. Not every day has been really intense, but like it's kind of been like a 4-day block, and then like 2 or 3 hours of just general riding, which is classed as an easy day, and then, you know, another 3-4 day block, and that's kind of been the theme for the 11 days. So the 11th day yesterday was actually really difficult. I just went through the motions yesterday. I did 5 hours yesterday to kind of end the block. So I did the last 3 rides of the block were 5, 4, 5. The 5 and the 4 had effort in, which were quite taxing, and then that last 5 was just kind of... We started off the block with some just endurance anaerobic capacity work. That was the last time that I did that vlog, and that vlog was the one where I talked about how to well, what it was like to ride a bike every day for your living. That was that day. And then I did the big like 4-hour ride, and then coming across here we did, what did we do there? We did anaerobic capacity, power endurance, then it was a steady ride, then I did another ride here which was 4 hours, and then I did 2 to 5, 4, 5. It wasn't like crazy hard. I mean, riding every day like that, you've got to be cautious of going too far over the top. But the reason why I wanted to talk about this is primarily because I coach riders, okay, and the riders that I coach, they work, and they're also going on training camps. Ironically, they're both, well, 3 of them are going on a training camp in March to Mallorca. All 3 of them going to the same place, and it's kind of like this video is kind of aimed at them, but I guess it's kind of aimed at you as well. And what I'm talking about is, like, it's very hard for somebody who works every day to do an 11-day, you know, training block. No, you can ride for 11 days, you can commute back and go to work, but to do a proper 11-day training block where you just eat, sleep and breathe training, it's actually quite difficult, and unless you go on a training camp, it's really hard to address. And Anthony, who usually rides with me, he's been working this whole time. Like, he's had like almost 2 weeks off the bike. Now we're coming up to Thursday. Yeah, tomorrow's Thursday. So he's had 2 weeks off the bike, so he hasn't been able to ride with me, and you know, I haven't been able to ride with anybody else because of the way that you know, my rides have fallen. There's very few people in the area who can actually, you know, fit in a ride with me. So the only people I've actually ridden with is I went down to CANON in Belgium the other night and I did a little track session. One of the other guys who I coach, who actually lives only 30 minutes ride away, you know, he's been asking for me to go riding with him, but the way that my plan falls and the way that I'm coaching him, like I can't like give him training that fits into my training, if that makes sense. So I'm sure you understand, mate, because you know, like, you know, I'm probably gonna actually see you tonight. It's Wednesday night, so something like today now is my first rest day, and it does feel a little bit alien, to be honest, because like I said, it's 10 o'clock and this is probably the time I'd be getting ready to go on the bike, and I'd be like kind of assessing the situation. How do my legs feel? Oh my gosh, I've got 5 hours to do, how am I gonna get through this? Which is periods like we do have. And it kind of goes back to my motivation video that I did. Well, no, it's not a motivational video, but it's a motivation video that I did about 2 or 3 videos back. And you know, when I did that video, so let's check our calendar, on the 6th of January, I weighed 144.4 pounds. I'll put like a little video here so you can see that, but the body fat is all wrong because I've set the scale to athlete mode, so the body fat measurement is wrong, so ignore that. But I was 144.4, and 12 days later, on the 17th, I actually weigh 138.2. So I've lost, what have I lost? Just less than 6 pounds. Is that right? Yeah, 6 pounds. And I'm pretty impressed with that. Like I've been eating pretty well, as you can see on the Training Peaks. I've been tracking I've been doing some kind of tracking of my food. Today I get to reset, so I get to like reset my body. I get to like a few things I'm gonna do today is like wash the bike because it's been neglected the last 11 days. I need to tidy my room. I need to do like a sort out of, when I say my room, I mean my kit room, because my kit room is absolutely like, well, there's just kit everywhere. We got new kit coming soon, but I don't know when, so I need to make room for that lot. And I was gonna go down the gym, but I'm not now because I can probably do my gym stuff at home. But yeah, dropping 6 pounds, I'm pretty happy with that. What else is going on? What else has happened in the last 11 days? Tour Down Under started. You probably, I mean, it was 3 days ago, come on, you must have seen it by now. It's pretty cool that Sagan won the People's Choice Classic, because he's not like, he's not a full-on out-and-out sprinter, is he? I mean, we've been saying that for years, I know that, but he's just not, is he? I mean, like, there's guys there who literally sprint for a living, and it's almost like he can take himself from being like a full-on sprinter, and then he can turn himself into like a classics rider, or he can turn himself into like a guy who gets in the break and picks up points classification at the hotspot sprints, things like that. And it's like the diversity of him. Comment below who you think will win it, because although we haven't seen anything decisive yet, like there's been no GC shake-up recently, because they're only like 2 days in. But who do you think has got a good chance? Because I've seen pictures of Richie Porte and he looks like a skeleton. In fact, tonight we've got something good planned, which I can video everything. However, it'll be a long form video. So I know for a fact that some of you who watch these videos actually watch them on your turbo, and that's really cool. You get to learn something and beat yourself to death at the same time. Episodes, but it's it's quite an interesting topic for those of you who race, for those of you who have a power meter, for those of you who compete full stop, for those of you who, in fact, it probably relates to triathletes more than it does to just you know, Joe Blog Cyclist. But still, as a cyclist, I'd still recommend you watch it, even if you know a thing or two about it. But I'm not going to tell you about it because I'm going to wait until I get all clear to film it tonight, actually. That's it from me. And as usual, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh, that bacon was good.